Hey, how's it going? Oh, so I have this situated like this so that you can see the signs because I would like you to pay particular attention to them, please. Okay, good. Moving on. So I pulled some cards and I had something interesting on my mind when I pulled them because I don't know, I have a thing that I think about and then I talk about it and pull some cards about it. That's what I'm doing. So, the thing was it yesterday? I guess it was day before yesterday. I was looking at the clouds while I was meditating and it was all looking like a wheel at one point. Like, it was clouds, but in the clouds were like cloud structures that made a spoked wheel shape, like a wagon wheel, like a covered wagon wheel, to be clear. And I see stuff all the time, but it's not always like, oh, that's a big deal. But I looked at that and I was like, that feels significant. And so, of course, immediately I thought of the rock song I just listened to it this morning. I think it's Foreigner called Wheel in the Sky. I totally know it. I mean, when I was a kid and it first came out on my little transistor radio, I'm very familiar with the song. And I thought, and partially because of that reason, I was like, I don't really think it's about that. But I did, the feeling that it was like important a little bit. I didn't think it was really having to do with the lyrics of the song, but I mean, it's a good song. It's a banger. There was a couple of lines in the lyric that it's about, from what I gather, from my interpretation, my understanding is the lyrics in that song are about being on tour and missing your girl and sounded like you're hoping she's not gonna Dear John you, and oh boy, look that up. If I try to explain it, I'll get way too sidetracked. So anyway, I decided it's not that song really that has to do with it. Oh, excuse me. So then, I looked up the spiritual seriously. I'm sorry. I looked up the spiritual significance of wow, you just really don't want me to say it. A spoked wheel. Good Lord. Please help me. Okay. And I looked it up on this phone. So I can't stop now. And I can neither talk about nor consult. Seriously? I can neither talk about nor seriously consult what I found on this phone while I'm recording. However, I luckily have a second phone that is functioning, and I entered the same search words and got a whole bunch of different answers, but I do remember what this one said that all of these didn't. So if I can get it out. Sorry. Good. That's terrible. There's like a scratchiness. Like you have to cough. Okay, so on this other phone, I got a whole bunch of different stuff, and honestly, I found what I was looking for. I felt like on the stuff that I now can't access until I'm done doing this. because it, just sort of rang more true with what I was feeling. So, but I will share with you some things that I found, because several interesting little things. And so before I started, I was actually like clicking through, and you know how like you like it's like rabbit holing, I guess. And so I realized if I don't stop, I'm not gonna make this video today, because like a whole hour went by. I started looking at stuff, and I was like, all the flow, just stuff that has to do with what you're talking about, but this doesn't directly. So, what does the spoke in the wheel represent? So, that to me sounds like it's talking about something specifically, and it is that I didn't, like, it's talking about something else, actually, than what I said, kind of, because it's referring to the flag. Wait, who does this flag belong to? I think India. Is India's flag orange, white, and yellow with a spoke wheel in the center? Spokes in Ashoka chakra. Ahsoka. Okay, that's a bigger deal to me than the wheel stuff and the chakra stuff. Star Wars nerd. High five. To be super nerdy. Give me a high five. Okay, calm down, idiot. Seriously though, I guess the Ahsoka chakra, which I don't have them all memorized. I obviously don't know all of them, because I didn't know there was an Ahsoka one. It makes perfect sense though, because Star Wars borrowed from so many cultures that, and then, I mean, if you're not also a Star Wars person, Ahsoka is a character that runs throughout the movie, well, not the movie so much, but the like animated series, and then the later Disney Plus Disney's series. Calm down, ghetto bitch. This is me. Anyway, whoa, what is happening right now? Reel it in, woman. Okay, so but yeah, it makes sense that I would be familiar with Ahsoka because of that. And so here's what it says. Spokes in Ahsoka chakra. There are 24 spokes in the Ahsoka chakra, which represent 24 qualities of a person. In other words, the spokes can be termed as the 24 religious paths made for humans. All the paths mentioned in the Ahsoka chakra will lead any country. I'm assuming there's a 2 missing from that. Confirmation. So all the paths mentioned in the Ahsoka chakra will lead any country to, lead to any country on the path of progress. Oh, I don't even know if that makes sense now. I'm completely, get off of there. So, I mean, that has spiritual meaning. The spokes do. I mean, it could have been a wheel of cheese I was talking about, but I'm talking about a rotating wheel, like, that functions as part of something that needs to it needs to be mobile. It needs to motilate. Okay, so that's just one of the things. I'm not going to give you the, like, actual on the bicycle wheel. I'm gonna skip that. So here is, what does the spoked wheel symbolize? In the Indo-Tibetan Buddhist tradition, for example, the 8-spoked wheel represents the noble eightfold path, and the hub, rim, and spokes are also said to represent the 3 trainings. I apologize for any pronunciation errors. So here's the 3 trainings. Sila, Prajna, I don't even know, Prajna, and samadhi. I'm not gonna click on that. That's plenty. So I mean, obviously, it was like a spiritual thing. Here's another answer, and this was the first that came up when I did it on the second phone, and it says, as a symbol of the sun, the wheel spokes parallel the rays of the sun. It is the wheel of fortune in a deck of tarot cards, and in the Taoist tradition, the wheel is the sage who has reached the point of motionless center around which movement may occur without himself being moved. Okay, that's deep. That hits me personally because I certainly aspire to that. I would love to be the non-reactive observer. Actually, it sounds like without reaction or response, and I'm temperamentally like a freaking poodle or a chihuahua. So I know, weird that I'm a cat person and that's like my sort of core temperament. Excitable yappy dog, but it's true. And just being that motionless hub sounds so calm and non-reactive. Like I said, I have aspirations. So what the other phone said was a lot of the stuff that was mentioned there, like in like all of them, the rays and the spokes, but specifically it pointed to the wheel and the spokes being sort of a model for humanity, and then like if we all sort of draw it together, we can collectively hold the center motionless and safe. And also it's like a metaphor for just us as humans, you know, or people. I'm not gonna actually relegate people to humans. I'm gonna include our animals also, because they have awareness and consciousness and they have to interact with us, and vice versa. So anyway, back to the spokes. The wheel functions best if all of the spokes are strong and intact and, you know, serving their angle, because all of the spokes on a bicycle wheel, for example, I don't know if you've noticed this, but they're all at an angle to each other. And so on the bicycle wheel and the wheel of life, we function better collectively if we're all in good health and, you know, as intact as possible, you know. On the wheel, you need a little more than intact as possible, but people are not actually spokes, so I think we have some leeway there. But the point is that the integrity of the whole is best maintained when all of the whole is functioning in the place where it's meant to be. Like if everything's in the right place and holding its position properly, pulling its weight, then the entire unit, the rim, which I'm not going to make a metaphor for that because that's wheel stuff, but just imagine it as another aspect of the whole, the collective whole. So in other words, if one person / spoke is broken or missing, the wheel is going to be straining to maintain proper integrity, and it's going to be under stress because that's a time when you're more likely to break more, so nobody wants that. Anyway, oh my gosh, I can totally jabber again. Yay. Okay, so I pulled five cards from the Messages of Cosmic Oracle cards. I didn't screw it up this time. If you're a spoke, clear your mental clutter, mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. rolling, oh, floating, oh. Oh, is a round circular shape and sound. I'm just saying, it's everywhere. Live your life with both feet in. Commit fully to being here. Don't lose focus and step out of your spot and screw up the whole rest of the wheel because what? You're distracted by... Well, actually, things can come in from the outside and damage the wheel. It doesn't have anything... It can happen and not have a thing at all to do with you. Like, it's not... I'm just saying, unexpected people, places, and things can suddenly insert themselves into your situation, and it may not be at the optimum place. Like, it just might end up acting like a spoke in the spokes of the wheels of your forward stick in the spokes. Sorry. A stick in the spokes of your forward momentum. You know, you have unexpected obstacles, like there could be a hole. Lots of things, exterior things can just come along and mess you up. But, good Lord, you have to be so loud? That hurt my inner ear. I guess completely single-minded focus is not great either, because something I read while I was looking at these things was talking about, or maybe I was looking at something else. It doesn't really matter where I was looking at it. It said that when you give all of your focus to something, and the examples that they gave were like a mother putting everything into like bringing up her kids, and then when the kids are gone, she's like, who am I? What am I? And, or, you know, picture it in the opposite direction, like putting everything, your whole passion and all of your money into gambling, and then that ends up not being great because you don't win all the time, and if you can't pay for your losses, that can be a problem. So I think that is going back to the motionless hub, the center, because it's like all around you, and you can, you know, well, you possibly can moderately enter into any side of whatever's beyond the center, you know, like child bringing, but like go back to the center, because you gotta, that's where like your self-help comes in, and your attention to yourself and your validation and value. Oh, it comes back. Okay. So that was another thing in the initial message that really struck me, because it said that your health and vitality as relates to the entirety of the wheel represents your value. And so the metaphor for that is, what is your sense of value as a part of a collective and as a whole? Like, you are most valuable to a collective, first to yourself and then to anyone else, if you are healthy and whole mentally and physically. Okay, what, did I forget something? The fly's just over here. Bzz, bzz. Okay. I don't currently speak fly. It's too fast. So live your life with both feet in. Commit fully to being here. Interesting artwork, illustration. Well, what is happening? What is happening with me today? I don't know. I think it's interesting that there's a wheel shape and there's a bright center reaching out to either side of it, up and down, and yet still maintaining cohesion there with the whole as the center. All this one. Okay. Oh, you can't see. Oh, I'm gonna hurt myself. uh, I feel like the artwork sort of served what I was saying, so thank you. Okay, the next card was life can be hard and life can be wonderful. Which will you focus on? I almost feel like that was what I was just saying. Like, it, can you moderate though? Can you moderate yourself in life? Can you not go to the extreme? And you know, it's wonderful when you're doing it and it's fun and it's good and it's maybe just novel, you know, just like this woo new thing. But can you maintain that? Can you not go into like everything, overindulgence? I don't know, plug it into whatever your scenario is that you got. But if you overdo it, there's pretty much nothing that you can overdo that's not, you're gonna, like, it's not gonna be good anymore. It's gonna veer into the hard and not wonderful anymore. So, what do you focus on? I'm just gonna back it up and focus on what I just said. When it gets hard and not wonderful anymore, that's pretty much where I don't want to be. So I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm gonna, I suppose, keep it light. You know, make it stay fun and good and novel by not doing it all the time to death until you're just sick of it. Like, you have to spice it up. Take in all those turns, take in the scenery while the wheel is turning, you know what I'm saying? So, here is the artwork for that card. Are we pondering the ever-changing wheel of life there? It seems very, well, it's a landscape, but, you know, I gotta tell you, I really don't understand what's going on over here. I thought she was sitting inside of a ring of something, but that's not the case. There's a, what are you reflecting so hard for? There is like a mountain range on either side of her, and she's sitting on some kind of mound, hillock, I don't know. But it's just, I don't know. It just seemed to be maintaining the ring shape situation. Oh, there's the mountaintops way up there with some sort of, I don't know. I don't know if, well, I don't know, like, that's not really sundown or sun up. That kind of looks like a television light, that blue-white, but is there like a volcano behind there? That's like lava light. Well, I mean, you better figure it out if that's lava, because I don't know, it just doesn't seem safe to just sit there and let it get you. And that doesn't have anything to do with what I was saying, I don't think. Moving on. Remember, you can't change anyone but yourself. Oh, just give me some more circles. This is some kind of portal stuff here. Like, what are you standing at the edge of? That's not recognizable as, you know, just regular Earth 1 stuff. I feel like you're somewhere else when you're seeing that stuff. Whoa, calm down now. That thing just jumped out of my hand. Did I get it wrong? I did not. The last card was focus on yourself. Or which will you focus on? Focus on yourself. That's telling about me, in case you didn't get the inference. Vanity. That's what I'm saying. So, in the center here of the artwork, there is once again a star, right? Or I don't know, like, these are stars also. Perhaps this one is nearer, it's brighter, it's bigger. that's probably what it is. Like if I think like I'm looking at a star, actually. But what I noticed is, I'm going to say like that's actually, this is supposed to represent us, and perhaps both of them do, but it's also at the hub of all of these, of this big circle, like a wheel, and each of these points could indicate, along with stars, spokes, oddly shaped, oddly placed, but do we understand everything in space? I don't think so. My point is that it's flaring out in a bunch of different directions. Like it's reaching out to them. And I'm wondering, like, hello, I'm not wondering, it just occurred to me that this place is one of these stars, one of these spokes. And it's aware of the hub, it's answering the hub, there's like communication going. Oh wow, man, crazy. So this spokesperson, star, being appears to be off by themselves, but you are, as a spoke, as a human, but you're part of a whole group of other spoke people, other stars. They're not out there just, there's more than one you can see. I feel like I'm belaboring the point. But you can look around. You got you and yourself to deal with in the situation, and that's as it should be. I know it looks bleak and empty, but, you know, this is not you in your now life that I'm talking about. This is someplace else, something else. So, I don't know, come with me on that. And the last one of these is be authentic. Anything else is just exhausting. Well, you know, I don't disagree, but it is not the easiest path ever. Like, bro, I don't know what's going on with your outfit. He's like wearing a ball cap and, I don't know, some kind of future fashion trench coat. Like, what's up with this collar business? Anyway, what I was going to say before I got sidetracked by fashion is that I was going to say that it looked like they were walking into a forest, and maybe that's true, but it also looks more like rock structure, so some sort of canyon situation, either way. And you can see there's lit up spots, and it feels like this is some kind of mothership making that lit up pathway, but maybe not. Maybe it's just there waiting for this fashion forward fella to make their way. And hey, just want to mention, guy down there, here's like the easier places to walk, and we'll help you see. So I guess what I'm saying is the easiest way, you know, the straightest path from A to B, I guess, is to just say it, be authentic, tell the truth. It's not always easy. Sometimes you want to temper it for your own protection or to protect someone else. It's not, I mean, it's easy. Like, I'm a blurter. So it happens that I just say it often, and I want to be as honest as possible, but I'm aware that sometimes it's not appreciated, it's not accepted, it's not understood. So you can be as authentic as you want, but it's not always going to be like fun. Not always going to be easy. People don't always like it. They don't always want to hear it. But what's exhausting is trying to cater to everybody and everything but yourself. So obviously some tempering is going to be in order. I mean, unless you're just a monster. Like, you can't just be an ass all the time. But it's not always you being an ass when you're being honest and authentic. And sorry, but dispensing with like pleasantries when it's basically BS, you know? Like, I don't know. That's something everybody has to like work out for themselves, that kind of situation. But like I said, I often find myself in some sort of conflict or some problem with people because of something I said. So maybe I'm not the one to listen to on that particular matter, or any. I don't know. You're grown up people. I hope you're supposed to be. So not my problem. It sounds like a you problem. Sorry. Anyway, I'm not sorry. About what? What am I apologizing for? Anyway, I pulled a couple of angel cards, literally two, and the first angel number cards, excuse me. First one is 0404, slow down. I feel like that's telling me to slow down right now in the moment. I was getting revved up, I was getting excited, and I was really starting to chatter. Like, yeah, even my stomach was getting excited, so slow down sounds like a good idea. I'd rather be there. And I will read the paragraph on this first. Oh, sorry. Oh, never mind. I did it again. What am I apologizing for that time? Nothing. Shut up. And then talk. Pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. On that note, for some reason yesterday, it just seemed like a good idea to tell everybody I can to make sure and check your spare tires. I guess it's a wheel thing. But it's a safety thing, because how often do you think to do it and then get out somewhere and realize, like, oh, that spare that I thought was there is not there, and you forgot that you used it. You know, like, these things escape us, or it got damaged somehow being wherever you stored it. You don't want to discover that when you're broke down somewhere, and you could like easily fix yourself up and get out of the situation, and then find out, oh, the spare's messed up. So I just feel like, what can it hurt? Check your spare. Hey, check your spare. This one has some keywords. I'm just gonna read them off. Balance. It's good to stay balanced, and if you don't go overboard, get into like, if you stay moderate, that's how you stay balanced. Power struggle. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's what you run into sometimes with other individuals. But often the power struggles that I have the most are with myself. But yeah, I mean, external forces. Oh yeah, right. So as just a solo human being, you'll often deal with entities that are just in so many ways much larger than yourself, and they will hold that power against you, over you. Oh my. So I mean, those those are the times when I'm honest and people are mad at me. So I guess, yeah, power struggle. Force, well, I don't like to be forced to do stuff. I am the more of the mind, like, if it's gonna be this shitty, I'll just leave. So you're not gonna have to force me to go, like, force me to put an end to whatever the problem is. I'll just go. It's fine. That is my reaction to force. You know, as long as I can, you know, do that. Violence, well, I mean, it's interesting, like what does it even mean these days? You gotta wonder when the police seem to not get the people that you think they're gonna get and then become part of the criminality, and then they'll say that what they did wasn't what everyone clearly saw and heard because cameras and camera phone right here recording me saying this. I mean, you really gotta be like brave and bust out those discernment skills and don't let people tell you you're not seeing and hearing what you're seeing and hearing, and also can't let them get away with trying to gaslight you. Not a new phenomenon, but man, is it on fire here. Like, there's a lot of people thinking, like, hey, that's a good idea to try to gaslight everybody about stuff when it's fart. You missed your chance, pal. Like, secrets are coming out. Lights are getting turned on. People are talking. So, that violence, good luck with that. And also, stop. The next word is hope. Well, I think that it gives you a reason to live. Authority. All right, just calm down with that. Don't call us, we'll call you. Ancestors, do call us frequently, loudly. We need your input. Restlessness, low vibrations, warning. So restlessness and low vibrations. Okay. Forewarned, thank you. But I think we all kind of realize that those are precursors to, hey, could go further in that direction of over where you don't want to be in that sort of low vibrational negative space. And restlessness, well, idle hands can get up to no good. That's a true thing. So it is good to have some sort of activity or preoccupation that is positive, and it's not always easy in the moment to say to yourself, hey, you're about to do some kind of dick move. Maybe you should stop. But sometimes it is, and in those on those occasions, that's what I do. I do it because it just makes me feel better to do that than the alternative, because that doesn't work out for me at all well more often than not. So I like to stay away from that kind of situation. Next card was 2222. Woohoo. Feminine forces. You can't see them, but they're thrust forward. Trust me on that. They kind of always are. Pardon me. I'm going to read the paragraph. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Partner up with the right spirit, and you'll become a force. Honor commitments and people around. Don't judge. Listen. This is aspirational. I am a particular fan of the number 222. Every time I see it, I have to say it. And it makes me very happy. It is. Twos represent balance. And you know what? Let me just look it up real quick. I got some time. I don't want you to just trust me on that, as far as it being like a good number. Oops. And I'm going to go to the source, or my favorite reference for numerology and angel numbers is Joanne Angel Numbers. Oh, it's Joanne with an E, excuse me. And see what she has to say. So, wow. Should I do numerology or angel numbers? I'll give you the numerology of 222 because that's what I initially associated it with. Oh, that's too high. Yeah, there's just this whole page where you can, whoop, don't do that. Scroll up and down and find that number. It's already been darkened because I've gone there so many times. But here we go, 222. Whoa. What the hell just happened? There we go. It went to an ad. It was very strange. I'm like, what the phones are so, like, particularly the iPhone is so sensitive. Like, you can almost breathe on it and accidentally open an ad. It's actually quite annoying. But also the Androids are very sensitive where the ads are. Sorry. Dragon breath there, excuse me. Okay, angel number 222. Number 222 is made up of the attributes and energies of the number 2, appearing tripled, making the number 222 a very powerful vibration. Number 222 carries the attributes of the numbers 2 and 22, the master builder number that resonates with ancient wisdom, vision, idealism, and transformation. I love that ascension talk. It just always gets me. Number 2 lends its influences and faith. Its influences of faith and trust, encouragement, attainment, and success. Good Lord, I hope you can't hear that. I have a radio on. Oh, I hope you can't hear that. Anyway, shoot, where was I? Oh, sorry. Okay, so number 2 lends its influences of faith and trust, encouragement, attainment, and success, adaptability, diplomacy, and cooperation, duality, success and duty, balance and harmony, selflessness, faith and trust, and your divine life purpose and soul mission. Woo! That was one sentence. But all of that stuff, that's my jam. Like, that's why I'm doing this, because it got me on this path, and I want everyone to, like, find theirs too, because it's amazing and fun. Angel number 222 encourages you to take a balanced, harmonious, and peaceful stance in all areas of your life. The message is to keep the faith and stand strong in your personal truths. Angel number 222 tells you that everything will turn out for the best in the long term. Do not put your energies into negativity. Be aware that all is being worked out by spirit for the highest good of all involved. Angel number 222 is also reminding you to keep up the good work you are doing, as the evidence of your manifestations are coming to fruition. Angel number 222 is a message of faith and trust from your angels. Remember that nothing happens by chance and everything happens for a reason. Maintain a positive attitude and you will find that everything will have positive results and you will receive abundant blessings in divine right timing. Yay! I just find it to be such an encouraging message, and I just love the happy march of the twos. I don't know why. Are they penguins to me? Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Judge for yourself. I'm going to read the keywords before I finish here. And they are relationships, balance, prosperity, efficiency, patience, humility. Yay. Oh my God. What is going on with me today? Thank you and good night.